It's a little dark. We may need to turn the lights on. It's dark. I think we have to turn the lights on. Let's see. Let's see if that helped. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Just giving everybody a minute, whoever wants to jump on or is available to jump on. Trying to get some of my garbage out of the way. Okay. We'll be here for maybe 25, 30 minutes until I run out of energy and I've said everything I want to say. All right. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. If you're catching this on the replay or if you're new here, check out, today is the very last day to check out my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's a free giveaway. You have to watch the video and follow the contest rules. If you don't do that, then you don't get to apply for the giveaway. So make sure you do that. We haven't started the video yet, so you can even hop over there. You're not going to miss anything for a couple of minutes while I do the introductions and stuff. So go watch that. Make sure you check that out because as of midnight tonight, right now it is 3:30 EST time as I'm doing this live feed. As of midnight tonight, if you miss it, that's it. All contestant people, all done. That's it. You have an opportunity to win one of 3 prizes, and the highest monetary value prize for one of them is like $100. So it's worth it. It's worth checking it out. I'm going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to wait and see if anybody else comes on. And then if nobody comes on, I know it's New Year's Eve. I know it's a Friday afternoon. Some people might be working. Some people might be already starting their New Year's Eve plans. And I have a lot I have planned for the next 2 days. So I am not going to be lingering for too long. But I did realize I didn't do any kind of video around this. And I wanted to share kind of my stuff because I saw a very kind follower comment about last year's New Year's Eve video. And I realized, oh my God, I didn't do anything about that. So I should probably just hop on and do a quick live and share that. While we're waiting, I have my stack. And I actually got a microphone too, but I'm not using it on this because I don't know how to set it up on my Chromebook. I do lives on my Chromebook because for some reason it's the one thing that's why the quality is so crappy. For some reason, YouTube likes my Chromebook for lives, which is why I do that. This is my Christmas score stack that I got from my family. So I got a lot of new decks. I got the Lightseers Tarot. I got the Seasons of the Witch, the Yule deck. I got the Eternal Crystals Oracle deck, the Black Moon astrology cards, and I got the Moonology Diary. And I also got a microphone for my videos. So hopefully soon the audio quality will start. I'm ahead in a bunch of videos that I've already filmed. So soon-ish, the videos will start. You'll notice a difference in the audio quality. So I wanted to share that. And one of the reasons why I wanted to share some of these things that I got is because we're going to talk about the Moonology deck, Moonology Diary in a minute. So what am I doing this year? So I highly recommend you check out my last video that I did for New Year's rituals. It still very much applies to this year. I did it at the very end of 2020, and I was talking about how hard the year was. And this year, unfortunately, was almost just as challenging for many, many people. It did lighten up a little bit, but there was still a lot of loss, a lot of grief, a lot of isolation, a lot of challenges. So that video is still extremely relevant to a lot of people. I rewatched some of it. I didn't watch all of it, so I don't remember everything that I talked about in that video, but that's okay. That doesn't quite matter. The stuff I talked about in that should still relate to now. What am I doing right now this year? I did make a little list for myself so I can stick to it, But I'm doing a lot more spell work this year around. I'm doing some shadow work, and that's actually not related to my therapy, because I've mentioned that I'm in therapy a bunch of times. It's not related to me being in therapy. It's something I saw on Instagram and I was inspired to do that. The shadow work is around journal prompting, and I'm doing a lot of releasing. So already this morning, I took a trip to, and I don't know if this is nationwide in the United States, a place called the Salvation Army, and I donated about 8 boxes of clothing and shoes and household items and things that have been in my house that I've been trying to sell on Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace or whatever for sometimes years, and I got rid of them. I just donated them, gone. 8 boxes, and I'm talking about big boxes, like big boxes of stuff, and they were full. So they're gone. And because I am an independent, self-employed person, I can write that off as a tax credit, which doesn't quite matter. The reason why I did it today is because I wanted to go into the new year with this fresh energy that is gone. It's not in my home anymore. It's not cluttered. I even donated a bathrobe, a men's bathrobe robe that was completely brand new, unopened, that I had purchased for an ex-boyfriend years ago. And I was holding on to it because I accidentally bought 2. And I was like, now what do I do with this? And I was trying to decide if I should regift it to somebody, but nobody really fit. And I just, I don't need it. And it wasn't selling, and it needs to go. So that was actually my very last item I had that was lingering in my home that I needed to release of that ex-boyfriend energy that was there. So that feels really good. So yeah, not only was it helping a good cause, but it's just gone. Now that energy is gone from so many things. And I did a video about releasing clutter from your home. I encourage you to check that out. But there is a lot to be said about just decluttering and purging and releasing stuff that you're not using, because it does tell universe that, hey, I'm ready for more, and I trust that I will be provided for. And by doing that, it's letting go of poverty mindset. It's letting go of fear-based things and not holding on to things too tightly. Literally, as I boxed up the last box, I ended up getting several purchases on my Etsy shop, which has not really been moving things lately. And I just was like, oh, if this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. So that was pretty awesome. As far as my house, I've been reorganizing my office, which I've mentioned multiple times is under construction, and I'm just done with pretending that I'm not ready to work in it. So that is almost done. I will be filming in it soon. Right now we film in my dining room. But all of this is going to go. This is all going into my office. So soon, very soon, like I said, I'm ahead on a bunch of videos. So very soon you're going to be seeing me in a new setup with new digs behind me. And it's not because I moved. It's because I set up my office. Finally, it's something I planned. I just need to take a quick sip. So there's that. And I'm excited for that, because I'm more productive when I'm working in my office, and I will have a space that is actually work rather than my dining room or my living room or my kitchen counter, which is what I do right now. So it's a space that is designated for work. And that was a big goal of mine this year, to get that set up. Another thing that I'm doing home-wise, because when you go into the new year, yes, a lot of people set resolutions, but it also has to do with the energy. So you're leaving behind old energy, old things, right? And you want to start fresh. That is really the goal. That is really the plan. And that's really the magic behind it. So that's the generalization. People don't realize, but it's kind of magic. It's abundance. It's intention setting that they're doing. And it's manifestation. And so what I'm doing, as far as, and I started it several days ago because they're bigger projects, is I'm decluttering my home, like I said. So my guest room is all set. Finally, it's beautiful. It's all good to go. And my office is almost done. And I don't know if you can tell, but this space right here, there's no curtains. I thought it was going to be bright enough without the lights, but the sun's setting. So there's no curtains right now. Normally there's a lot of curtains for privacy. I've taken down all the curtains in my house for today, and I'm washing all of them, which I don't do very often. I do it maybe twice a year. So I'm washing every single set of curtains in my home. And my goal is also to wash all the windows. I might not get through them tonight. I'll probably end up getting through the window washing tomorrow, but at least the curtain part is done. What I wash the windows with is it's not like store-bought window washing fluid. It is something that I mix together, and I can attribute a girlfriend of mine who is a Reiki master and also a tarot reader, and she's very holistic based, very much more to the extreme than I am, but she taught me this trick and I absolutely love it. And I will teach you guys, but I have to accredit her to it, that it is that you mix just isopropyl rubbing alcohol, which was hard to find for a while, with lemongrass essential oil. That's it, in like a spray bottle. So I have like a 97-cent big spray bottle that I bought from Walmart. You make it with mostly rubbing alcohol. I do dilute it with water, and I usually use either moon-charged rainwater or filtered charged rainwater. Nope. Filtered water charged by the moon. Wow. This is why I needed coffee, guys. My brain is not 100% right now. I've been up since 6 a.m. and it's 3:30 here and I feel like I need a nap. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So either rainwater or filtered water charged by the moon. I prefer rainwater if it's clean enough and if I have enough, but it's hard. Sometimes rainwater is hard to acquire. And check out my moon water video if you need to know. Hi, Diane. I don't know if you said hi and I missed you, but hi if you're still here. So if you want to check out a video on how I do moon water, check that out. I do have one of those. But I will dilute the rubbing alcohol with the water. I don't have a specific recipe for it. I just smell it to see if it smells too much like alcohol or too much like lemon. And then I add lemongrass oil. That's it, essential oil. And then I spray it and I check to see if it streaks or if it wipes down well. That's all I do. It's usually about half and half, alcohol versus water, rubbing alcohol versus water. Now, the reason why it's lemongrass, and I'm just chattering on, but this is actually something I'm doing for New Year's Eve. It's really good to see you as well. The reason why I do this is because lemongrass is a cleanser energetically. So like sage is a cleanser, cedar is a cleanser, rosemary, it's a cleanser and it's a protector. So you're getting a double whammy there. You're cleaning your windows, you're protecting your windows. It's kind of warding and cleaning, energetically speaking, and protecting all at the same time. So that's thanks to my dear friend Catherine, who lives in Florida. Yeah, that was a big one that I've been doing. And I do that with my mirrors as well. So I will take time and wash my windows, and that really makes, and it smells so good. And it makes a huge difference energetically when you do that in your home. It wipes away all the dirt and the dust and the grime. I will also use that spray. Like, you know how some people will use Febreze instead of Febreze? I will use that on, I have a memory foam mattress and pillows, and I have micro suede couches. I spray all that stuff down with the lemongrass alcohol water mixture, and it removes negative energy. It livens the smell up of the fabric that you can't like throw through the wash, and it really freshens it up and it cleanses the energy of it. Makes a huge difference. I do that to my mattress probably every couple of months. at least, if not more, in my pillows, things like that. So I might be doing that to my couches and pillows as well today. I just did it to my mattresses the other day. So I probably won't be doing it to the mattresses. So that's a big thing I'm working on as we speak. I have stuff in the wash and the windows are empty. They're naked right now. So that's a big one that I'm speaking of. I said the journal prompts. I'll actually read the journal prompts to you guys because I found it from Instagram. It wasn't something that I made up. Let me see if I can find it. And I have it on my phone to share with you guys. So I got it from somebody I follow called Forever Conscious. And the journal prompts they're journal prompts for the end of the year. And it's this year I have learned the tools that really supported me this year were, as I move into the new year, I would like to leave behind. And in the new year, I would like to commit to. So I'll probably sit with those and work on those for myself to kind of like sit and think. I'll definitely be doing a tarot spread for myself. I just read for a good friend and she read for me. We kind of trade readings often. What else? I'm looking at my list right now. I will be taking a spiritual bath and I will likely be using those Wild Ray bath bombs because they have oils and stuff in them that do work really well for abundance and for cleansing. We talked about the curtains. We talked about the office, the bath, the journal. All right. So let's talk about the Moonology diary. So I got this for Christmas from my family. I have not read through all of it. I've never had a Moonology, and you guys know if you've been following me for a while, I am obsessed with Moonology, with Yasmin Boland, with everything she's published so far that I have purchased, which is her Moonology book and both of her Moonology card decks. I love all of them. I use her Moonology book constantly, and I follow her on Facebook. So whenever there is a full moon or a new moon, she actually reads from her Moonology diary of the year and does activities that fit with whatever that moon is. And she reads from it. So my mom, knowing I'm a moon girl, and my mom actually bought me this because she knows I'm a moon girl. This is what my mom got me for Christmas, one of the things. And it immediately starts with, welcome to 2022, immediately. So there's some stuff in here right away that tells you, I don't know if you guys can see this, that tells you about things in the first couple of pages, the top 3 things in my life that I want to transform in 2022. So there's that. Then it talks about the retrogrades. It gets into the top 5 most important things in my life. Then it gets into, that might be it. I don't want to go through this whole thing for you guys right now, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things that it's doing. And while I'm here talking about the moon, there is a new moon on the 2nd. Today's the 31st. You have 2 days, and there's a new moon coming already. Right away on the 2nd. So we are really, really close already to the new moon, and that's going to be really powerful as well. So this energy is going to be really big for a bit. I'm going to do a whole video on this, so I'm not going to get into this any further, but I am going to work on this tonight. That's one of the other things I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to share with you guys, and I did a whole video on it, is the Magic of I Planner. This one is the 2022, and there's a whole section in here that asks you, what are your intentions for the year? And then after that, and you can look back at the video that I shared this with, there's pages and pages and pages. And again, I'm not going to go through this whole thing to spare you guys. You can go watch the video that I did already. But there's pages like this about what I would like to see happen for each section, for spiritual, and then the action steps. So there's a page for what you want to see happen and then action steps. So there's one for spiritual, mental, work, love, wealth, physical, social, inspiration, and then it gets into the year. So I'm going to sit down with that. I don't know if I'm going to fill all that out tonight. I may do a rough draft. And the reason why I may do a rough draft, and I recommend you guys find a good astrologer that you like, because I am not an astrologer and I don't pretend to be one. I am an inspiring learning student of astrology. But there's several astrologers out there that I follow that I like, and I'll share them with you someday. But I recommend you find somebody that you really like that will do good forecasts and good suggestions about upcoming, even if it's just for the month, and they do it by the signs. Because, so I'm a Scorpio, but I'm a rising Capricorn. And if you watch something that is in your sun sign, so Scorpio is my sun sign, the Capricorn tends to be the one that actually makes more sense for me for predictions of astrology. Hi, Life with Lizzie. So that's because it has to do with the houses. And again, we're getting really deep into astrology right now if you don't know anything about astrology. But that tends to be more accurate of predictions if you know your rising sign over your sun sign. So I watched a prediction for January for a Capricorn because it's my rising, and they were actually talking about holding off on setting goals for Capricorns until the end of January because of the types of energies that are going on with the nodes and with Mars going into Capricorn and all the stuff. It's quite complicated because of all the planets. So I may do a rough draft. That my whole point is I may do a rough draft because of what I watched on this astrology video of the upcoming energies for me. So I also am planning on doing a video of like apps that I recommend that help me for astrology that may help you guys and things like that. So that's about it. So I am going to share a few spells. I'm not going to share like my spells, but some spells that I'm going to test out. I've never tried them. They're ones I kind of like, or like, I was like, well, let's see what happens. I do have a family spell that my aunt gave me about 2 or 3 years ago now that I do every single New Year's Eve to bring in a certain kind of abundance. And that's all I'm going to speak around that spell. It's a generational spell. And she handed it down to me. And one of the deals was I could not ever share this spell. Ever. Not even with whoever I marry. So, like I can share it someday with whoever my heir will be, which will probably be Kimmy because I don't plan on ever having children, or if I marry somebody who has children, I guess. But I've done this every year since she's taught it to me, and it has been pretty amazing because I'm her heir, my aunt's heir, the one with all the kitties. I'm her heir. So it's like I have not gone without. I have not needed since I've been doing the spell. And it's just one spell, New Year's Eve, and I'm good. Yeah. Thank you, gods and universe and ancestors. So if you ever get handed down a family spell that your family has been doing for generations, don't knock it. Definitely, even if it seems simple, sometimes the simplest spells are the ones that are just amazing. So I will be doing that. And then I have 3 spells that I am going to share with you guys. They're really simple. They're ones I actually got online. So one of the apps that I was talking about that I am going to share with you guys, it is called, and I'll share it with you right now, but I will share it another time. It's called Llewellyn's New Worlds. And it looks like this. It's like a moon, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. And it's basic. So Llewellyn's publishes a spell a day book. It has a book that has 365 spells a day, and they publish a new one every single, of course, my family's calling me when I'm in the middle of a live. They publish a video. I lost my train of thought. They publish a new book for a spell a day every single year. They put a new one out. And so when you open the app, it literally says, what is your daily spell? And then you click on it and you don't have to pay any money for it. And for some reason, you have to click it twice. I don't know why. And I don't know if you can see it. My screen's too bright. Maybe if I turn my brightness down. Yeah. See, it says spell a day. And then it's just about the length of a phone. So this one, Mom, I'm doing a live. Look on YouTube. So this one, sorry guys, my mom knows what I do for work. She buys me stuff. She watches my channel. She's probably not on there though. It could be my dad too. He does not watch anything I do. He thinks I'm crazy. Thanks, Dad. This is a New Year's Eve banishing spell. So what it says, I'll read it to you. It's to make banishing salt. You need 1 tablespoon of sea or table salt, 3 drops of tea tree oil in an envelope or another container. On New Year's Eve, take a quiet moment to yourself during the festivities. Hold the salt in the palm of your hand. It doesn't say which palm. And think about probably your non-dominant palm of your hand, I would think. Think about something from the past year that you would like to let go of. So this is about releasing and banishing things that you don't want anymore. This can be many things or only one thing. Whisper your wish to the salt, allowing your breath to get on it, imbuing it with your intention. Then add the tea tree oil to the salt. Place it in the envelope or container. Be careful about getting oils on your skin. It doesn't say anything about that, but FYI, I did a whole essential oils video. It can burn your skin if you're not careful. At midnight, if possible, toss your salt away from you into the wind outdoors. That's probably best. Or wash it down the drain. This can be done discreetly if you're around other people. You could probably flush it. See the old year wash away from you and welcome the new calendar year with a clear sense of hope. Recycle or reuse the envelope or container. Make sure you wash the container if it's in a container. And then it says who wrote it. Kate Fruler. I've never heard of her. But this is what the book looks like. Spell a Day, which is Spell a Day Almanac. And they publish it every single year. So that's one that's the spell that came out today. And then, I take a screenshot of them. Even if I don't use the spell for the day, I'll take a screenshot, I'll save it. Maybe sometimes there's stuff that's completely unapplicable to where my life is in the moment of the day. But then there's other times I might need that another time. Some of the spells are really simple. Some of them are really elaborate. So the other one is preparing your altar for the new year. This one was yesterday's. So I am, as I said, redoing my office, and my altar is actually in my office because I don't let anybody in my office. So that's where I keep my altar because it's and not every witch has an altar. So don't feel like you are less than or not enough or not able to practice because you don't have an altar. It is literally just whatever works for you. Okay. I own a home, so I can decide how or where or if I want one. Okay. I did not get an altar until I bought my own home. I did not. I didn't have space for one, and I was sharing space with other people. So this one is about preparing your altar for the new year. Some people leave their Yule altars up for a while after the holiday, but it can be nice to start the new year fresh. This altar is a good place to start to clear away the energy of the year behind you and open yourself up to the possibilities a new year holds. Begin by taking everything off your altar, clean and dust the altar itself and anything that will be going back onto it. As you arrange items, sorry guys, my neighbors just came home and they're running through my yard. I don't know what's going on. They're being loud too. As you arrange items back on the altar, be mindful of what you want to achieve in the year to come. If you want love, perhaps add a heart-shaped rock or a dried rose. If rose quartz is also really good. If you want prosperity and that's your goal, try placing a shiny dollar coin near a green candle. Move things around until it feels balanced and positive. Then say, God and Goddess, please bless this new altar prepared for a new year. May it serve my magic well. And that was written by Deborah Blake. She's the one she's written Everyday Magic cards. She's written an Everyday Magic tarot deck and an Everyday Magic. I actually just used her oracle cards. I wonder if I have them on the table. I used them for my friend's spell. For my friend's, yeah. They're right here. Look at that. I probably won't do a walkthrough of these though, because they're not, they're a rip-off deck. Yeah, this is the deck. It's an oracle deck. But I don't, they're like a cheap version, like a $5 version that I bought off of Wish. So I don't, when I have a couple of decks like that, and I won't do a walkthrough of those because they're copyrighted. If I don't know if I'm going to like a deck, I'll buy it for like $5 and then I buy the original. So that's what I do. So I'm going to do that spell as I'm getting my altar ready, which will probably be tomorrow. I probably won't do that tonight. Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to ask questions. I don't have to do all the talking. I'm just used to talking to myself. I'm such a teacher. The lecturer. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And the last one I'm really excited about. This one I found from Warrior Goddess Witchcraft, and it's all one word, on Instagram. And it is called Leave It Behind Cord Cutting Ritual. So one of my goals, as I mentioned with why I was like cleaning things out, I want to there's so much baggage and energy that I personally have been working on releasing for this year. A lot of stuff has come up and out, a lot of thought patterns and feelings and emotions and just mindsets and things that I didn't even know I had while I have been working through therapy. I'm still in therapy, and I don't think I'll ever stop. I mean, the work is never done. The work is never done because there's always something that is deep within us, especially like childhood wounds that we didn't even know we had, or things that we brought to us in this life that we didn't realize. I've actually realized I started counseling people without meaning to. And I'm like, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a counselor. Don't listen to me. I read the energy and I can feel stuff. But I do encourage people to go to counseling. So if I feel like I'm counseling somebody, I'll be like, you need to go to counseling. I'm not a counselor. I'm a reader. I read the energy. One thing I am going to be doing this year, though, and I'm really excited about it, is I'm taking Reiki classes so that I can become Reiki certified. So that is going to be a big one very soon. Okay, so this one is this spell is called Leave It Behind, Cord Cutting Ritual. And this is the last thing I'm going to share with you guys. And I think I'm going to be, I have an unbinding spell. Oh, no, that's what this is. Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, so the ingredients, 1 candle to represent 2021. I will probably do a black one, but you do whatever you think is right for you. 1 candle to represent 2022. String or twine, and it says preferably black or white. An essential oil you use for banishing, or one you dislike. I actually have banishing oil, so I will probably use banishing oil, as well as an essential oil that you love. So if all you have is essential oil, use stinky essential oil you don't like and one that you really like the way that it smells. If you have anointing oils, use those. If you don't have any of that, use olive oil with the intention, oh, we don't like this. Oh, we like this. That you don't need fancy tools. You can use what you have in your kitchen. If you don't have olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. You literally don't have to go out of your way to go and buy special stuff. I have a lot of stuff because I do this for a living. So I purchase stuff, and there's still a lot more I could get that I'm like, nope, and I have to rein myself. I'm also a shopaholic. So I rein myself back in. Sorry, guys, excuse me. A piece of paper. It doesn't say what kind. Often when you do spell work, Parchment paper is really good. You can buy parchment paper from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that. Or the reason why I have all those over there, 2 reasons. You can use brown paper bags. They're really good for writing on for spell work, but also they're really good for lighting fires in your fireplace. So I've kind of run out of places for brown paper bags. A writing utensil of your choice. I would use something that fits the color of whatever the theme is that you're doing. And you can Google colors. You can, if you don't know them. I'll do a video on colors if you want me to someday. Comment below somewhere if you want me to do a video on that. There's so many of them out there, though. I think Hearth Witch has a good one. I like her a lot. Timing, any day between now and the new moon. This is on January 4th. But if you live in the United States, it's probably on the 2nd. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. I want to say it's on the 2nd, but I don't want to misinform you guys. Let me see. Yeah. Astrology Planner on the 2nd. It's on the 2nd. I don't know why this says the 4th. It must be their time zone, or maybe it's a mistake. Dawn or dusk. And then the directions are really, really simple. Write down on the paper the things you want to leave behind when 2021 comes to an end. This can be people, attachments, habits, thought processes, etc. And place on your working space facing west. West is the opposite side of where the sun rises, so it's where the sun sets. If you're not aware, if you're not sure where it is. I don't do a lot of spell work with directions. That's kind of more Wiccan based. Next, write down all the things you wish to have experience. You wish to have experience or be a part of in 2022. Sorry, I was reading that funny. Put that on your working space facing east. So the sun setting, it makes a lot of sense though, the way they're doing it. So you're putting what's going away facing west because the sun's setting on that. The sun's going away. The sun's leaving, right? What's rising is the new, the fresh energy. What we want to bring in is on the sun rising side. I feel like that makes a ton of sense, even though I don't do any Wiccan kind of spells. Then choose the candles that represent these energies in color form. So pick the colors that you feel work best. I will probably do black for what I want to go away for banishing. If I don't have black, I'm not sure if I even have black. I haven't looked. I'll have to use white. And I'll probably inscribe the actual year right on it. And then for what I want to bring in, maybe yellow for positivity. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Maybe green or pink. I don't know. And then it says, anoint the 2021 candle in the oil you don't like, and anoint the candle representing 2022 in the oil you love. Place the candles in the corresponding places, east and west. Tie the cord loosely around each candle, then together so that a figure 8 is seen between the two of them. And then light the 2021 candle, thinking about leaving it all behind you. And then light the 2022 candle, thinking about all of the amazing, amazing things to come. It does not say if you need to let it burn down or what. So I'm assuming you have to let the candles burn down. Because there is paper and twine involved, make sure you're practicing candle safety. Anytime you have oil in twine, it can catch on fire a lot faster. So I would make sure you have it in a safe space and you'd be keeping an eye on it. Don't light it in a room and walk away from it. Make sure you're keeping an eye on it. Probably use chime candles. Birthday candles are even better. Birthday candles are some of my favorite candles for spells because they go fast. Because I have a short attention span and I am not great at sitting in front of a candle and watching it. I was doing a healing candle with a chime candle for somebody, and I was sitting in front of it and watching it. And it was sitting in a globe that I had bought from the Dollar Tree. And it's a good thing I was sitting right there because I was on the phone with them and I was telling them about how the candle was going. And it's a good thing I was right there because the whole thing exploded when I was sitting right there. And if I wasn't sitting right there, the room would have caught on fire. And I'm not always sitting right there. Sometimes I get distracted and I leave the room. I get a client, I get an order. So yeah, I'm so bad with it. I'm so bad with candle safety. Do not follow my lead. Oh, I preach it to everybody, but I am so bad with it. And I'm ashamed of myself because of it, because my aunt and uncle's house burned down, but not because of anything that happened in their house. Their house burned down in 2019 because, yes, Diane, it did. And I was the one, it's the house with the kitties. Their house, I was house sitting their house. In 2019, I had just left their house a few hours before and I got a phone call. They were away. They had gone on a trip and their house was completely engulfed in flames. It was heart-wrenching. It was horrible. Talk about rebuilding. And there was 5 cats that passed away that were trapped in there. It was awful. It was awful. That's why I'm so obsessed with the cats that they have. So if you go back and rewatch the live video that I did with those babies, oh my God, there are 3 of them. If you believe in reincarnation, it's 3 of them that have come back for sure. Like Moss is the boy that passed away. Ivy is the same as the Siamese that passed away, and Nova is this one that was named Rosie that just came back to us. So it's very much like, oh, the babies came back. They came back to us. It was awful. It was landscape lighting. It was like wiring, not solar landscape lighting, but it was wiring that was underneath the mulch from like the 90s that had been done by professionals, and something shorted out. And unfortunately, it was in September, and mulch is basically like dry kindling, and it just went up so fast. And it was heartbreaking. It really was. It's been years later, but they still really miss them. It's sad, but kitties, new ones, bring in a lot of love. That's why they're so little, they're so young, because they had some that were like 13 years old, 12, 5, 2. Yeah. So I should know better to be more careful with fire. I think I'd learned my lesson. Anyway, I think that is everything. I hear my washer has finished with its curtains. So I need to go switch it out and put it in the dryer. And I'm still sipping on my coffee here. Lizzie says, enjoying this live, listening while out on a walk for my quiet time away from my very loud children. I don't know how you guys do it with kids. I don't know. God bless you. I was that girl who wanted children my whole life, and then I became a teacher, and I was like, oh no. No. I did help raise Kimmy. When Kimmy was born, I babysat her so much, and she was the best birth control I ever had. And I don't know if you guys have seen the video of Kimmy, me and Kimmy, but Kimmy is my youngest cousin. She's 13 years older than me. She actually came and stayed over right after Christmas. She brought her daughter, who's only 4. She's a beautiful little girl. And I was so exhausted. And I'm almost 40. And I was just like, I don't know how people have kids. I can't. I like the kid. I like the visit. They're so cute, but I like it when they go home. I don't know. I don't have a problem with kids. I taught severe special ed children, severe, for 8 years, 6 years. I don't know, something like that. I'll tell my teaching story soon. It's on the list. My list is getting longer and longer and longer. So I think that's about it. I was going to pull cards for you guys, but I'm drained. I promised myself I wasn't going to do readings today, and I already had to do one for a friend that needed me to look into her life for herself. 42. Kids are 9, 6, and 5. I don't know how you do that. I have a friend who had her first child at 40, and I'm like, nope, it's not happening. And she's a reader like me. She's super intuitive, and she's like, it's going to happen to you. I was like, no, it's not. She's a Scorpio like me. Like, she's born 2 days before me, but she's a few years older. And I'm like, no, it's not. I don't want it. All right. Well, I think I'm going to log off because my office is calling. It needs attention. So I'm going to go. I might also do my nails. Because that would be nice energy as well, and a little pamper. You can do color magic with when you do your nails. That's what I've been doing lately. I pick colors of the intention of what I'm trying to manifest. So if I'm working on abundance, I'll put in some gold, or usually gold, because I don't really have green. If I'm trying to bring in some kind of love, I'll do red, or yeah, stuff like that. So I'll try to work with nail polish color that's called the glamour, things like that. There's all sorts of magic that you can do. I do a lot of glamour magic when I put on my makeup too. So we can talk about all that soon. I have lots to talk about, and I have a new microphone to play with. So I don't know what's coming up next week. I think we're going to talk about, I have 2 videos for Wednesday that I've recorded and I have to edit. So I have to decide which one I want to give out. One is about Satanism and Baphomet and kind of dispelling the misunderstandings of it, because I'm very passionate about it, and I saw some stuff being said about it that really, really bothered me, and I felt like I really had to talk about it. And then another is my philosophy about something. I don't remember. Tarot readings and something else. I don't remember. It was my philosophy about something. I can't remember what it was. So I think it was tarot readings. I mixed a topic together, but I can't remember what it was. So I recorded them like a few weeks ago in case if something came up from Christmas, because I was worried I was going to catch something or I was going to get sick, or I actually just went for a COVID test today and got tested negative. Woo! I was around a ton of people for Christmas. So I'm glad that everything came out okay and I was able to enjoy my Christmas time. Well, I hope you guys are all healthy, all happy, bring in some abundance, do something little for yourself for a treat, and set the tone for the new year. Set the tone. So even if you're in a horrible place, which I was not in a good place last year, I really wasn't. I was down. I was in a lot of pain. I was not in a good place last year. It's okay. It's okay to not be in a good place. Oh, and R.I.P. Betty White. I just saw that when I was sitting in line at the Starbucks. Poor Betty White. She couldn't make it to 2022. That made me really sad. I love Betty White. So if you're really down, do something little for yourself to pick even if you can only do like a 5-minute little treat for yourself, do it. And set the tone to go easy with yourself next year. Next year's going to be better. Astrologically, it's going to be better. Jupiter just went into Pisces, and that is going to bring in lots of presents and gifts for us in all areas of our lives. So it's going to be lighter. We still have pandemic. It's not going to just disappear, but it'll be lighter. I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah, I literally just saw it like an hour ago. They were all live about it on Facebook, Diane. I know. I don't know what caused it, but they found her dead in her home, I think. So I'm not sure what happened. I was just flipping through Facebook on when I was in line. Oh, and I'm going to announce the winners next week. I have to pick the winners for the giveaway. So if you have not commented on the giveaway, make sure you do. It closes tonight. You got to subscribe to my channel. You got to subscribe to my Instagram, and you need to subscribe to Facebook. And then you have to comment below the giveaway video saying you did it if you want to be considered for a prize. I'm giving away a 30-minute free reading. I'm giving away a 15-minute free reading, and I'm giving away some bath products that have been made. One that was made by me for money and prosperity, a bath soak. One that was a bath, and then a bath bomb made by my friend Wild Ray. That's a rose petal one, that rose water one that you can use to infuse intentions of love, and then a raspberry vanilla soap, I believe, as well, made by Wild Ray. Yes, you too, Diane. You too. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. And if you're catching this on the replay, I hope that this was informative. And I'll see you guys all soon. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with me. Happy New Year.